This is a project I built back in February, Wiki Explorer with Langchain. I'm going to drag this space.json file, which includes the space Wikipedia article. It could have been any file really. Now we can ask questions about this file, how large is space, but not only that, once we get our answer, okay, we also get 3 suggestions for Wikipedia articles. For example, we can click on space-time and also Big Bang. When we did that, we have downloaded those Wikipedia articles, and then we can click on Rebuild Vector Store, and now we are going to update the vector store, not only with our space.json file, but also with Big Bang and space-time Wikipedia articles, because we are using files. Vectorization takes some time, but after it's done, we're going to be able to ask questions about all 3 articles. So this is an ever-growing set of vector store using Wikipedia. I think the idea is very cool, so I called it Wiki Explorer with Langchain. Then we can ask a new question: what are the true postulates? And then we get our answer as was in the space-time Wikipedia article. And then we can continue to add on, for example, click on equivalence principle, and we have downloaded that article as well. And then we can continue to rebuild the vector store, and we can continue chatting about an ever-growing number of Wikipedia articles. This project consists of main.py file, ingest.data.py, and query.data.py file. It's an older implementation, so we are using TextDaVinci and Vice to do the vectorization. Let me know what you think of this project in the comments, and I might just update it with the chat completions as well. Ingest data.py file includes a function with directory loader, so it loads all the files in this directory and splits it using recursive character splits. And using Vice turns it into a vector store, and we save it to vector-store.pickle file. And this is persistent when you reload the database, the website, then you actually continue from where you left off. Here, if we have it, then we load it. Query data includes 2 prompt templates. One is the regular template, which takes in a question and a context, and then asks OpenAI GPT to answer it based on context. But we are also asking it to return 3 Wikipedia topics which are related to the context in the question after a hashtag symbol, such as like this. And then we're going to parse it and write it to a topics.txt file in the main.py file. We are defining a get chain with OpenAI, chat vector DB chain, and we are using the QA prompt and the condensed question prompt. The condensed question prompt asks the model to actually rephrase the follow-up question. It is a standalone question, such as someone might ask, can you explain the last thing? So we give it the chat history and the follow-up question so that we actually form a standalone full question. In main.py file, we import the embed doc along with the get chain function and the templates. We import Wikipedia API. I do want to mention that I have updated the requirements for this. All you have to do is pip install the requirements, okay? And then separately pip install Python Magic, and after that Python Magic bin, and this should work. Just keep in mind that install these first, and then Python Magic and Python Magic bin. If you like this project, remember that I have actually currently over 160 coding videos. You can just go here and take a look. I have really interesting projects such as the GPT function calling stress test, building web apps, exploring interesting GitHub repositories such as Scikit-LLM, Llama Index, and many other interesting projects. You can find and search and find the code download links at echohive.live. Code files for this project, as always, will be available at Patreon. Link is in the description. We import Wikipedia. We check for a data folder. If not, we create it. Then we initialize our Wikipedia API. And we create a wiki search function, which is going to return the Wikipedia articles we're looking for and write them to file under data as we have done. And we set the Streamlit page config and the title. We create a file uploader, and then we check whatever data is being uploaded. That we don't already have it, then we just put it right here, and then we embed it automatically, the first file that the user uploads. We check if a vector store exists. If so, we load it. Then we set our chain using the get_chain, which we have defined in query_data. We generated session state for generated and passed because we're going to use it to actually split the topics out of the response. We create a user input box to get the user input. Then if the user clicks the submit your query button, then we do a similarity search. Then with get OpenAI callback, because we're going to print the token numbers, we print them in the terminal. We run the chain with the user input and the vector store. We retrieve the top two contexts that is returned from the similarity search with the QA prompt and the condensed question prompt, which we have defined in query data.py. Then we append the user input and the generated output to the session states. And here we look for a hashtag symbol in this, and we split from the generated output of the GPT, and we get the first element and append it to the generated, and we append the rest of it into topics, because the generated output includes the hashtag and the topic list, as we have asked. We want to split them because we don't want to show the user the generated topics list, because we're going to display them as buttons. Then we open the topics.txt and we just parse through all that list, and then we write it character by character. Then if we have a topics.txt file, then we create 3 columns, and then we go over it, and then we generate a button for each topic. And if those buttons are clicked, we activate the Wiki search function and download the Wikipedia articles and save them under data folder. Remember, we have defined the Wiki search at the top of our script. Then we have a rebuild vector store button. If the user clicks this, then we actually embed the documents again, and then we rewrite over the vector store pickle, and then we generate a new chain from that vector store so that now our vector store is updated. And then here we do some housekeeping with the session states. This is it. This way you can continue right after uploading a file to continue retrieving Wikipedia articles and to continue chatting with it. If you like projects like this, make sure to check echohive.live. You can search all my videos and find the code download links. All my project files are hosted at Patreon. Links are in the description. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.